Hey guys, today is one day shy of 7 weeks post gastric sleeve, and I meant to make videos along the way, and I'll post one that I made, I think 1 or 2 weeks out. I can't remember now, but it's already down there. Go ahead and look. The truth of the matter is, it turned out that I just didn't feel like doing it. And for someone who talks a lot like me, I honestly am shocked that all these ideas that I had for my month off of work and things to do, I just didn't feel like doing it. And talking was one that I just didn't feel like doing. So I'm 7 weeks out. I finally feel good enough to make a little video. So I thought I'd start with my stats to let you guys know where I'm at in case you're curious. So my starting weight was 230 pounds, and I have a list here that I gotta get my glasses for. So I started back in October at 230 pounds. Surgery was February 5th, and I weighed 215.4. And week 1, I weighed 206.8, so I lost 8 pounds, 8.6 pounds in a week. And the following week, I weighed 201, which was another 5.8 pounds. And basically, I think it was at 14 days, I had lost 14 pounds after surgery. And by the 4th week, I was down to 196.4 for a total of 19 pounds in the first 4 weeks after surgery, and 33.5 pounds since the start. And then now, after that is when I kind of, went to the 4th week, 3rd and 4th week. It was a little over 2 pounds a week that I was losing. And by the 5th week, it was a little less than 2 pounds in that week. And then the 6th week, it was 1.5 pounds. And this last week, it was 1 pound. So that's my kind of weight loss story. Was 8.5 pounds the first week, almost 6 pounds the second week, then a little over 2 pounds for 2 weeks, then under 2 pounds for 2 weeks, and then 1 pound for this last week. All total, I've lost 23.2 pounds since surgery and 37.8 overall. As far as how am I feeling, I have not thrown up once, thank God. That would really suck. Actually I did. I threw up the very first drop that I took of whatever pain meds they had me drink in the hospital. I threw that up, and all the bile that was in my stomach at the time. And then I also have not experienced foamies. I was able to drink up to 5 or 6 ounces within a week. Unless it was full. Once I got to fulls, then it was 3 and 5 ounces was really pushing it. When I first started eating food, I know that we're supposed to pulverize our food and in a blender or whatever. I wasn't about, I put stuff in my NutriBullet. It was just a nightmare mess. I couldn't figure it out, so I decided to blend my food in my mouth. So I chewed everything to the consistency of applesauce in my mouth. And I stuck pretty much to the foods that I was, only the foods that I was supposed to eat. As far as how much have I eaten, what's the most I've eaten in one day? The most I've eaten in one day was about 950 calories. And that was a day that was probably about 60% fat. So I just had a lot of fatty foods. I think I had some nuts that day. It wasn't a lot of nuts, but it doesn't take a lot of nuts to rack up calories. You'll like burping too. I do have some indigestion that I never had before, but it doesn't last long. And usually a half of a Tums is enough. I took 2 Pepcid AC prescription a day for the first month. And then I took 1 a day for another week, and I haven't been taking the Pepcid. And the indigestion, it's a little bit of burning, but it doesn't bother me at this point. I just take a little Tums, or about a half an hour after I eat, I'm able to start drinking, and it goes away pretty quickly. Let's see what else. My average calories per day are about 650. So some days I don't even get 500 calories, and other days I get 750 or 800. So it averages out to about 650 calories a day. I was off work for the full 4 weeks. I could have physically gone back to work after 2 weeks. I'm sure some people probably go after a week because they have to and they don't have a choice. But mentally, I wasn't ready to go back to work. I work in a very high stress job, and I knew I couldn't handle management, or I needed the rest. That place is what made me fat and crazy. So I took the time to heal. Let's see. So actually what I wanted to mention today about what I've been experiencing, that's been more disturbing to me than, not being able to eat or the indigestion or whatever, because my pouch is doing its job. I have no regrets, none whatsoever. I did the first 24 hours. I was like, what the fuck did I do to myself? But after that, because I was already losing weight. Some people, from all the fluid, they retain fluid. A lot of the liquid diet has a lot of could have a lot of sodium in it, and you could be just completely bloated with water, plus bloating from surgery and swelling. So to my understanding, it's pretty common to actually gain weight during the first week or right after surgery or in your pre-surgery diet. I did gain a couple pounds in the liquid diet the 2 days before surgery, which was probably from the sodium. But I lost weight just that first day. I think I lost 2 pounds the first day, and I was like, wow, that's great. So I kind of just know I'm going to have stalls. I'm going to have plateaus. I'm going to have times when I'm not going to lose weight. I tend to, drop a couple pounds, like one here, one here, one here, and then it goes up, and then all of a sudden it just slams, and I lose the weight quickly, and then I tick, 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 and then slam. And I've been weighing myself every day since like October 7th or 8th of last year, and that is the pattern. So I will do this, and then boom, and then I will do this, and then boom. So just kind of knowing that's how my body just fights losing weight, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, here, have a couple pounds, and I'm okay with that. Now that I know that that's the pattern. But one thing that I really didn't see coming was the emotional issues. I've been just pretty fucking pissed. Pissed at my family, pissed at my kid, pissed at my mom, pissed at my dad, pissed at my friends, pissed at work. You name it, I'm mad. And since surgery, actually some pretty good things have happened to me. I have really no reason to be mad. And I'm not walking around mad. I'm not mad right now. But if someone walked in here and told me some stupid shit, I'd be fucking pissed. And it's like this just instant rage. And so I've been, and the thing is though, I know it's not from the surgery because my rage was starting back in the beginning of December. And it's just kind of when I was doing so good. I quit smoking, and I had been quit for about all of October, all of November. So I had quit smoking for about 2 months and I was following my diet good. I was losing weight good. And I finally hit my surgery goal weight. With Kaiser, you have to lose 5% of your 5% of your body weight. And then you can move forward with the psych evaluation and schedule surgery. And they're really not playing around with that. So I made my goal weight, and then we had a family crisis. And from that moment on, because I gained like 3 pounds in a day and a half, I don't even know how the hell it happened. And from that moment on, I was just pissed. And I started realizing how here I am. I need this. I decided to have surgery because I have MS, and I want to be able to follow the MS diet. And it's so restrictive. There's no way that I could do it without help. So I decided to have the weight loss surgery for the MS. And everybody around me, who they know I'm sick. They know I'm fat. They know I'm depressed. They know I need this. And the selfishness and the sabotage after everything that I've done for all these people, I was just pissed. I was like, how? Honestly, that's what it came down to. And I really, even though I knew it then, and I knew who I was mad at, when I was mad at them, and why I was mad at them in that moment. But the overall, like I really didn't get a handle on it until this week, like really figure out what it is that I'm so mad at. And so some of the things that I'm glad that I did before surgery is I'm glad that I started therapy before surgery. I was molested as a child, raped and molested again as a teenager, and then raped by my alcoholic husband. Not the current one, the last one. And I never got therapy for those things. And also, I mean, going all the way back to being a kid, watching that show, My 600-Pound Life with Dr. Narzowden, and most of the people who are on there, almost all of us that are overweight, somehow there's a psychological, emotional deficit, trauma, and most of us have some post-traumatic stress disorder for one crisis or another in our lives. And we are somehow compensating with food. Some of us with other drugs too. For me, it was cigarettes. I was never really a big drinker. I drank when I was single and had fun when I was young and that kind of stuff, but not too bad. I did have problems with, for a very short period, with pot and cocaine when I was a teenager. But I was able to quit that stuff pretty easily. So, but the cigarettes, those hung on. And so I know that quitting smoking, giving up that crutch, was going to have an effect. But I wasn't angry for the first 2 months. And so when it happened, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And even when I did, I was able to say, you know, oh, I quit smoking, that's why I'm mad. But then it's like, okay, so do something else, right? I have a vape, and I had 0 nicotine because I had to keep 0 nicotine in order to pass the drug test for Kaiser to get the surgery. But I've had my surgery. Go ahead and put nicotine back in there. If this is making you insane and ruining interpersonal relationships in your life, well then, by all means, please put some nicotine in there, right, Michelle? So, but I sat there and I'm like, why am I so mad? I had some really, my life really kind of turned around this year. I've got the surgery. I'm losing weight. I feel cute again. Maybe not at this angle or this close to the screen, but, you know, I felt like I had lost the cute factor, and now I feel like I kind of got it back. I'm feeling, you know, I love myself the way that I am, and I'll continue to love myself as I get better and better and better. But why am I so mad? And then it kind of dawned on me, and this is just me. Clearly, obviously, I don't have the cigarettes to help me cope, but pretty much all it is something's making me angry. I'm not angry because I'm not smoking. It's just the cigarettes and the food. I stuffed down the anger that's been there. Fuck, I'm 48 and a half. I've been pissed since I was 6 years old. So that's 42 years I've been mad. Truly, right? and I've stuffed it down with food and drugs. And now I don't have the food and the drugs to stuff it down anymore. So it's not that I became angry when I stopped smoking and stopped eating. It just revealed it. So I can say for sure now that this surgery is not going to solve all my problems, but it certainly will reveal them and expose them. And it absolutely has. My husband's been amazing, but there have been moments when he was the source of my outbursts, and that some boundaries had been violated, in my opinion. And so I'm very grateful that I started therapy before my surgery, so that I had someone to call, and I wasn't uncomfortable calling her when I felt like I was in a crisis moment, which I really wasn't. I was never a danger to myself or anyone else, though there are times when that could have looked questionable. But even then, okay, so you've been angry. Why are you angry? Why are these things tapping into, and what are they tapping into? So not like really, since I've been angry for a long time, what is it? What has been making me angry for so long? And what I finally came up with is that I've been shuffled around since I was a kid. Am I still mad that I was molested? Yeah. I'm well over that. Clearly not, but I mean, you think you are. But I was just this kid that was just bounced between my divorced parents and largely ignored. And my problems and my needs and my pain, my trauma was ignored. And I kept getting ignored. I kept getting ignored. And I never wanted to be the bitch, because as an only child, my friends were everything. So I've always been seeking acceptance from everybody. I wanted everybody to like me and blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is I feel unheard. And even though people are sitting there going, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Yeah, I can do blah, 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 blah. Their actions speak different, and I'm ignored. And now that I'm on the other side and this anger has come out, one thing that dawned on me, and this is what I've come up with this week, is that anger seems to be subconsciously the only emotion that anybody listens to. And that I subconsciously feel like it's the only emotion that people respect. They don't like it. I can promise you that. Nobody likes me mad. And it has been pretty well documented by everybody that I'm supposed to get over this. They don't like me mad. But I'll tell you what, they listen and respect, so to speak, respecting those boundaries. So I guess at this point, my advice is, if you haven't started therapy, start it now. Maybe you feel like you're a foodie and you just love the taste of food, but, and that might be the case, that you're just a food addict, but now might be the time for you to get very real with yourself. If you are having some emotional disturbances in your life, some interpersonal disturbances since surgery or in the days leading up to surgery, just go get therapy. Go talk to someone, and start working it out now. Because I can tell you, this last week I had an MS episode this week, and I'm going to be starting daily injections next month. I turned to food. Even though I've had the sleeve, I turned to food. And yep, I went to Baskin-Robbins, and I don't know if there's Baskin-Robbins in all 50 states, but it's an ice cream place. And I got my favorite chocolate mousse royale. I did have a kid's scoop in a cup. I didn't get a cone, but And I couldn't eat the whole scoop in one sitting, but I ate the whole scoop. And I did that twice. I've had a few cookies. And I did. I turned to food. And that's when it was like, what? I need to get to the bottom of this now, before that's all I'm eating is ice cream and cookies. And so I can say that I've got that part figured out so that I don't do it again. But so that's my advice. I'm 7 weeks out, almost 40 pounds down. I'm 37.8 pounds down. And I've also, by the way, gone from a size 22 pant to 17. Some pants I can get into are 16s for sure. And then the lower rise cut jeans are 18. Just kind of depends on the pant. But so I just split the difference and call it, gone from a 22 to a 17. So anyways, I think I've said enough. So I'm going to go ahead and post this so y'all can watch it. And happy sleeving. Bye-bye.